Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the latest blog that they released for Hytale. This is about the building blocks that you will be able to use. Not just blocks in general, but like specifically the blocks that are meant for building. Sorry that I didn't get this post covered earlier. I have not had a chance to cover this blog since it was released, and so I'm just getting this recorded on Tuesday, and so yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. But yeah, let's get into the video. As usual, we will start with this first little paragraph right here. It is important to us that Hytales have all the tools they need in order to bring their ideas to life. We've already covered Hytale Model Maker, which allows players to create their own unique models and import them directly into the game. In this post, we're going to focus on building in adventure mode, and to illustrate this, we'll chiefly be using blocks and materials you'll find in Zone 1. In future blog posts, we'll have more to share about builder tools, freeform building, creating your own worlds, and more. There are many block materials in Hytale, and in their most basic form, they can be stacked or placed next to one another. The crafting system, however, lets you create different building materials from the same basic block type. It's these variations that provide Hytale builders with freedom to create distinct shapes and varied visual designs. This is not the only thing they're talking about there, but it is a start. This is still part of the introduction, but as we will soon see, there is a lot more than just that to look at here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These 4 blocks are each derived from the same basic stone material. This is talking about this. Having multiple designs allows you to customize your builds with various textures and finishes. It's talking about how the texture itself is different here. The shape of the block is not different, but it does create visual variants, which looks really nice. But if we scroll down a little bit more, you can see that there's a lot more that you can do than just having the visual variants be different. In the image above, you can see many of the different building blocks that you can create out of quartzite, as well as multiple texture variations for each. In addition to regular blocks, you can also see roof blocks, stair blocks, wall blocks, pillars, slabs, and beams. Keep reading to find more about how each of these are used. So this is a lot of stuff, and the very next thing I'm going to tell you right now, you can probably see it down here, shows even more about the sort of texture, not texture, but how you can use these blocks than this post does. It really does a good job. Slabs can be used in a way that in Minecraft they cannot be used. Stairs are very similar to how they're used in Minecraft, and roofs are similar to stairs, except for their roofs. With all that being said, let's get into all of those individual blocks. So first, slabs are half-height blocks that allow for subtle height and width variations within a build. In the clip above, they're used to fill in parts of an archway without completely blocking it. That is really cool. I really like the way that they allow you to use this in Hytale. I think that this alone is going to allow for significant building variation in Hytale, and I think that this for builders is going to be a really, really cool addition to the game. As you can see in the example of stair blocks, the most obvious use for these is building staircases, but you can also create more subtle tapered edges than are possible with full blocks. Very similar to, again, how, like I said earlier, how they are used in Minecraft. In Minecraft, stairs are used as stairs, but also to create those sort of slow tapered edges that just are not possible with full blocks. You can make it look a lot smoother with a stair block than you could otherwise. And that's kind of what I see being done here as well. Now, it's not going to give you a roof level finish. The roof blocks are definitely going to be more important in creating roofs than stair blocks are in Minecraft. So, in that regard, they are going to have one of their uses taken away. But that also means that they're going to have other areas where they're going to be seen in sort of really creative ways. I can see already in my head if there's any block that is a full block that emits light, these stair blocks are going to become a pinnacle use of a pinnacle within streetlights. So, just thinking out loud there. Beams attached to the center of blocks allow you to create narrow connections between surfaces. In the clip above, you can see various types of beams: quartzite, stone, and wood. So, not much to say here. These are just beams that attach from the center of a block out. I'm assuming you can connect multiple beams to that beam. And, I'm assuming that that connection can be as long as you want it to be. I'm not really sure what else to say here. I think that this is going to be an amazing building tool, and I think it's going to really help with getting that build that just looks right to you. But, you know, aside from that, I don't really know what else to say. I don't really actually have any ideas of specifically how the beams could be incorporated into builds. I know that there's a lot of ways that they could be, and I know that it's just not being able to have my hands on them that's causing me to feel like that. But it does make me wonder how I will use these in-game. I'm getting some ideas, but they're more questioned ideas than I got with the other things. I don't know. These are going to be useful, don't get me wrong, but it's just going to be a matter of how they're going to be useful. I know they'll be useful, but I don't know where I'm going to use them, personally. Though I have never been the best at building, I'm sure there are plenty of people who can do it better than I can. Next up. Wall blocks are another custom shape that allow you to create fences, walls, and railings that are thinner than regular block allows. This is probably going to be used for fences and walls. They say walls and fences as if it's one category. So I assume that based on the material you're making the wall out of, it's going to change how it looks. That would be really, really cool. Or maybe they're both fences. Maybe they're like both going to be able to be made out of the same texture, or what am I talking about? Maybe they're going to both be something that you can create out of the same building material. That would be really cool, allowing you to pick whether you wanted a fence look or a big regal wall look for your build. It also says railing, so maybe there's going to be one block that doesn't have any connections to it except for the connections on the side. I don't know, that's purely speculation, but it is interesting to think about. It also could be that it's literally going to be changing based on what type of material you're using. So with wood, you would get a more classic fence look, but with stone, you would get this look. With something like sandstone, you might get something that's a little bit different, if there is sandstone. But you get what I'm kind of trying to say here. I think that the fences are going to be interesting once we know more about them. I don't think there's going to be a blog post on fences, I'm not saying that, but once we know more about what types of building materials there will be, aside from the materials we're seeing here, I don't know, that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see how this is going to work. I can't wait till beta comes out so we can see all this stuff ourselves. Pillars provide an example of how Hytale Model Maker expands the range of options available to builders. These special block variants feature additional detail that add variety and visual interest. So I think what it's talking about here is how it kind of sinks in here and then bulges out here and then sinks in a little bit here and then it comes out again here and then in and then out and then, it looks really nice, and it's interesting because it's the first time in this blog post that they talk about them. Well, no, it's not the first time they talk about the Hytale Model Maker, but it is the first time that they bring it into context. So we're gonna see more examples of this as we go along. Hytale Model Maker is going to really be a pinnacle component to how these building blocks are created and how they work. So that's going to be really interesting to see how not only the game developers use that tool, but also how people in general use that tool to make blocks. I don't know, that's going to be really interesting. Roof blocks are another example of a sophisticated block variant that incorporates elements created in Hytale Model Maker. These slopings can be used to create detailed rooftops for your build. The image above shows tiled roof elements, but other variants like thatching roofing are available too. Dar. I apologize for that. That was my dog. She was scratching her ear, and I had to get her to stop scratching her ear. So yeah, the main takeaway from this and this is like this, the same as this, except for I'll talk about the roof part specifically. This really shows how they're looking to make Hytale Model Maker something that affects builders as much as it does mod makers. And that is something that's really exciting. I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this can be utilized to really get that image that, like, your precise image in your head. With using a model maker, you can make that even closer to reality. And that's something that's really exciting. I can't wait to see what people do with the Hytale Model Maker and the building tools combined. But moving on to the fact that this is a roof block, this means that we will have a specific block dedicated to being able to create roofs. Now, I don't exactly know how the roof blocks are going to work, whether they just automatically conform to how you want to place them, or whether you'll have to do that yourself. I don't really know, but I think we'll know more about that in-game, again, once we actually get to play with these tools for ourselves. But it's definitely interesting to think about. I am definitely looking forward to getting to use these tools for myself, like I said. Decorative elements like ivy can be attached to any surface to add detail and help tie the build into its environment. So that's interesting. I almost think that this is going to be like vines in Minecraft. You'll be able to place these on walls. Maybe they will have some sort of functional aspect, but even more of a visual one. I think that these are going to be a great thing that you can just add to your base to, again, to, like they say, help tie it into its environment. I am actually really interested in how that's going to play out. Combining furniture sets with block variants provides a lot of options while decorating the inside of buildings. In the image above, pillars and stairs create a fireplace, add multiple versions of the same quartz and stone quartz create visual variety in the wall behind it. The addition of furniture and decorative items finish off a cozy living area. And that is really cool. This is the first example they have of all of these elements working together. It does really do a great job of creating a coherent environment. It looks legitimately good, and I really think that that is going to be a really cool part of this. I know I said cool like 5 times there, but you know what I mean. It's going to be really nice to have this much building variety. Being able to create something like this without having to make it upscaled by like 500 times is going to be great. Now this is a mansion created using all of these components separately. And it really shows what you can do with the Hytale building tools. And it looks great. I cannot wait to see what other people are able to do with this too. You can also see how the block blending works. If we go back here, when he places the stone, look when he places the stone, because when he places it, those two, you can see that it kind of blends in with the building blocks around it. And then the next stuff is just other pictures of buildings that the people who make Hytale have made for themselves. So this is a castle, a citadel, and a palace, all crafted using Hytale. And I have a feeling that these tree blocks are using another one of the tools we discovered in a previous video of the block tech. I covered that in my every Hytale blog up to block tech video, so if you want to see that, you can go to my channel and find it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought by leaving a like and commenting down below, or if you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button because I want to know your feedback. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below so that you can join the Nexus and hit the bell to be notified of new videos every single week. I post videos sometime in the middle of the week. I try to get them out on Tuesday, but like this week, that hasn't happened much yet. So just sometime during the week, you're probably going to get a video. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, hit the bell to be notified of the new videos when they come out. And I will talk to you guys next time.